Yes, yes, boys. Ryjack back with another stream. Let's talk about Leeds. City and Leeds. It's been a good weekend for the boys. We get the W. Unfortunately, Arsenal do win today. So it is back to 5, but still some good stuff to discuss, to talk about, as always. Let's see. Dingle Short says, yes, yes, hope you're doing good. Hope you're good as well. Good to see you. Formerly Gold Drips, good to see you. Ash in the chat says, big up. What's up, man? How are you doing? Good to see you as always. I will pull up, of course, the Thought Mob here for the Leeds City match. And amazingly, Thought Mob have finally included heat maps. So if I click Rodri, I should see a heat map. There we go. How big time is that for the recaps here? Rodri all over the place. All over the place. Beautiful. Beautiful. Arsenal are the corner merchants. This is Mr. Gadget. Yes, they are. Unfortunately, 2 goals on both on corners for them today. Not fun to watch. Yeah, he says not much fun. I agree, man. It was a dull watch. And then the red card today from Pedro Neto. I don't know what he's doing. Disgusting, but whatever. Nice trim. Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate that. I got a nice haircut. I know I normally wear a hat, but I don't know where my hat is. I've misplaced it, so no worries. No worries. We're good. We're good. Other fantastic news is I have made the big time purchase of buying a new PC. So, new PC is shipping here. Should be at my house on Tuesday, and maybe Wednesday I'll be able to fire it up with the Stateside Blue stream, and I'll be on a new PC, upgraded PC, much better. Should have less technical problems, and I can do some more cool streams like GeoGuessr if you guys want. And maybe once the season ends, we can do like a football manager session where we play football manager. Maybe we're a city, maybe we're a bad team, something like that. That'd be kind of cool to do some gaming streams over the like off season, and then the World Cup as well. World Cup, we should do a lot of streams for the World Cup. Maybe Watchalongs, maybe I could do England Watchalongs. I don't know if I can do the United States Watchalongs just because I'm like crazy about the World Cup. I might lose it for my own team, for my country, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's talk about City and Leeds, though. That's the pressing discussion point of the game. I think the best thing to look at for this game is probably the momentum chart, because for the first 30 minutes ish, 28, it was all Leeds. Leeds could have been up. What do we think? Like 2 or 3 up at this point, 30 minutes in. Probably at least 2-0 up. At least 2, I would say. Calvert-Lewin had a chance. Brendan Aronson had a chance. City were struggling, breaking their press. I want to say Strauch had a header. Could be wrong, but I feel like that's correct. I feel like Strauch or maybe it was Stock had a header in the box on a corner that could have scored as well. It was absolutely all Leeds for the first 30 minutes. High pressing, and City just could not deal. I thought Rodgers without the ball was good, but on the ball did give some very loose balls, which leads to counterattack. I personally did not think Rodgers had a great game. It feels like a lot of people online have been praising Rodri and saying he was, he's back to his best. I thought he was poor. I didn't think he was very good yesterday. Second half, I guess, was better, but I mean, I don't think he personally was very good. I know he gets a 7.8, and the heat map is what the heat map is. I didn't see it yesterday. He was great, accurate passes, created a chance, blocked a shot, didn't complete a dribble, 15 passes in the final third, 10 to 15 long balls, and 0 dispossessed. I feel like that's not accurate. It feels like he was dispossessed multiple times or lost the ball, gave the ball away. 9 contributions defensively. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. I think he was not at it yesterday, to be honest with you. Ash says we needed to kill the game. First half was bad. Second half was much better, to be fair. I would agree with that assessment for sure. And honestly, the last 15 minutes of the first half was also pretty good. We really, once Leeds stopped pressing right here, this is when they stopped pressing, and they just kind of sat back. And I guess that's because you just can't press that hard for that long. It's just too much. And maybe normally we see that in the second half when teams are like a goal down or something. And that's why it was a bit jarring for the first 30 minutes because they just pressed the heck out of us and we couldn't do anything. But eventually they stopped and we were fine. We just had the ball the entire time. Got a goal right here, right before half. And then second half was all chill mode until they went back to pressing again for the last 10 minutes trying to get a goal. That's my summary of the game. My quick summary is minute 0 to 30, they were good. 80 to 90, they were good. The rest, we were good. And it resulted in a 1-0. Maybe fortunate win just because they could have scored for sure. But second half, they had 0 opportunities to score, really. For the first 30 minutes, I thought it was a mistake to start Diaz. After that, he recovered very well. Yeah, I think Diaz made a small error at the beginning of the match that led to that Calvert-Lewin chance, but bar that, he was outstanding, man. He was so good to me. I thought he was the best player on the pitch. I thought he was my man of the match. I don't think he actually won the official man of the match, but I give him man of the match for sure. I thought he was so good. And, I mean, I hold my hands up and say I wanted Husanov to start that game because I just thought the pace would be good, and Diaz obviously doesn't have the pace, but Diaz 100% deserves to start continuing going forward. Diaz-Gahi is the best combination, and you can switch in Husanov at times, but Diaz was so good. Luke says, congrats on hitting over 1K subs. Well deserved. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate that. We are just over the 1,000 sub mark on the channel, which is a pretty cool milestone. So I do appreciate the support. I'm an American, obviously, commenting on a non-American sport. So sometimes there's people out there that are not super happy about that, and they don't like that an American would comment on the English game and Man City because I wasn't born there, whatever. But I do want to say I thank you guys. You guys are very supportive of me, and I do feel very welcomed into the online Man City community. So that is awesome. Thank you. Snipeed says, I was not happy today. I'm guessing that's because of Arsenal. Yeah, I mean I watched the game. I was unhappy as well. Every time there's a corner, you hold your breath, hoping that something happens positively for Chelsea. But they're just so strong on corners, man. So strong on corners. It's ridiculous how strong they are. I would like some sort of clarity maybe on rules in the box for what you can and cannot do, because to the naked eye it seems like there's an awful lot of grabbing and shoving, and other teams don't really do that. And I don't know if it's just other teams don't do it and they should, or other teams don't do it because they feel like it's foul. But I don't know. I don't personally like the way the corners routines go for Arsenal, but I mean it works for them, so you can't really blame them, DCL almost punished us. Absolutely. He probably should have, but he's not that guy. I was jumping up and down when João Pedro scored. Yeah, I was very into it. I was not happy when it was ruled offside. I know, man. Unfortunate. The great thing about the result that we saw a little improvement on the second half. Hopefully it gets better going forward. Yeah. Second half was better. Again, another clean sheet, so I don't think people should be overly concerned. Leeds away is a tough game. It's a tough one to go to and win. And there was a stat going on about them, 23 or 24 matches unbeaten at home under the lights, something like that. So to get that, it's obviously big time. I have Nunez football. I just keep changing my name. Oh, okay. I got you. They'll beat Brighton, though. Well, I mean, honestly, if City just win out, it doesn't matter what Arsenal do the rest of the way. It is irrelevant. If we win all of our Prem games, we are the Premier League champions. And that obviously means beating Arsenal, but if we beat Forest, West Ham, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Chelsea, Arsenal. Well, this is the Arsenal, not the other one. This Arsenal game, Burnley, Everton, Brentford, Bournemouth, Villa. We are Premier League champions. That's how it is. That's all we need. Do you think goal difference will come into play this season? I think we may need it. Go down to the very end. It could. I mean, it could. Especially if Arsenal draw another game and we win it, we'd be even. And then if we draw the Arsenal game, we're still even. So goal difference definitely comes into play. But if we win out, no, it does not. Brighton away isn't an easy game. It is not. It is certainly not an easy game for Arsenal. Maybe it's their most difficult. I don't know. But Brighton are so hit or miss this year. They've lately been a bit poo. If you look at their two wins in a row, but before that it was 2 losses in a row. They're very hit or miss. 9 wins, 10 draws, 9 losses. That's about as hit or miss as it gets for Brighton. But I mean, it's difficult for sure. It's difficult. Personally, I think Nunez was man of the match. I don't know. I personally think I'd go Diaz, but Nunez was good. Ait-Nouri also very good. Gehi very good. I think the whole back line was outstanding. Rodri, I don't think had the best game. Bernardo was okay. Cherki, I thought, was very good in that goal creation with the world-class pass, but he had moments where he was making risky passes and they were not coming off, and that's just kind of what you get with Cherki. So when Cherki's like a moments player, sometimes he has great moments and sometimes he doesn't. I wonder what his pass accuracy was. Accurate crosses, 0 for 4. 75 of 82. It's 91%. I mean, anything above 90 is pretty good. So I don't know. What was his heat map like? Yeah, it figures. I don't know. He was okay. I don't think it was his best game, but he did create that chance for sure, which was amazing. We need to smash West Ham to improve the goal difference. We do. We're a couple back now, for sure. I think it's 4 back now. So the goal difference, I think, will come into play because I don't imagine we'll just win out all our games. I just don't think that'll happen. By the way, the referees in the EPL are way too inconsistent. I 100% agree. I assume you're bringing up my short from earlier today. I was very angry. Every time I scroll on Twitter, guys, it's like Arsenal win because the refs are corrupt. Chelsea win because the refs are corrupt. City win because corruption. And it's like, I don't understand. It can't all be corruption. It can't be corrupt in favor of every single team. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Like, the refs are just not good. They're just not good. That's the problem. It's not that the refs are paid off by teams. Like, it's literally illegal to do that. You will go to jail. There is a referee in American sports. His name is Tim Donahue. He was throwing games, and you know what happened? He went to jail. Like, those referees are not doing it. There would be it's too difficult to pull that off, in my opinion. 21 days to the Carabao Cup final and my birthday. W for you, man. A City win. City left a trophy on your birthday. Cherki almost made us concede a goal at the end. He dribbles too much sometimes. That's what I mean in terms of his matches. He's like good in moments, and there's down moments as well, which is why I think a 7 is probably fair, and why I wouldn't give him man of the match, even though I heard some shouts of that because of the ball. He made a great pass, fantastic pass. It was awesome. Ball into Ait-Nouri, but at the same time, I mean, he's gotta maybe impact the game a bit more routinely and more consistently, I think. And that's the next step. You got to remember, Cherki's what, 22? He's still young. O'Reilly, unfortunately, goes off injured. I don't think it is serious, but again, we don't really know that for sure. It could be serious. We have not been given clarification unless I missed that. But he got injured and then did continue and then went back down. So I think he's probably okay. By the way, what is going on with Phil Foden? Not even a single minute. Is he lost Pep's trust? Your thoughts? I don't think he's lost Pep's trust. I just think he's in a poor run of form. And I back Foden for sure. Like, if you look at his stats compared to other attacking midfielders in the Premier League, they're very good. He's in the 90th percentile for chances created, 77% shots attempted, 79% for goals. Like, the guy is so good, all right? He's a baller, an absolute baller. He was peak, right here, where FotMob had him listed at 200 mil worth of value, but that was like his PFA Player of the Year time, or maybe that was like here, but he's dropped a bit. He's still an outstanding player. He's still got 10 G&A, which is better than most of our other players in the league this season for me. He needs a run of games like back to back, 3 minutes, no minutes. That's probably like the first time that's happened to him in some time, I'd guess. But I think he can get back. He'll be fine. I back Foden 100%. I'm not worried about Phil Foden. I think the referee has been a joke the past 2 games for Arsenal. I just think they're all bad, unfortunately. Like and hype the stream. It helps grow the channel grow. Thank you, man. It does. It does help the channel grow, and we do grow every day, so much appreciated to the support for sure. Remember, it was a time where the ref stopped it for a foul where it was 3v1 for Chelsea and pulls it back. I thought it was a clean tackle and shouldn't be a foul. There was also a couple of times when he stopped an advantage for Arsenal that he should have definitely played on. Like, it was I think David Raya was taking a quick off of a corner collection, and they pulled it back for like a yellow card or something, and it was stupid. So it goes both ways. Foden's lost his spark at the moment. I mean, I think it's a bit difficult to measure spark, probably, but he has not been great. I'm not going to sit here and argue that, but 10 G&A in the Prem, I bet you is second or third on the team. I wonder if we can see that. Let me see if it says stats, because obviously Foden's going to be number 1. Yeah, Semenyo has 18 G&A, but that's not all with City. So Foden is second in G&A on the team. Second in G&A on the team, Foden with 10. Like, FotMob rating, Haaland 772, Foden 748. He's still performing, just not lately. Just not lately. It's been like a month and a half, but he'll get back. Would you start Rodri against Forest? I will start Nico G. More important games are coming this month. Would I start Rodri versus Forest? I think probably. And then you wouldn't start him in the FA Cup game. I think you don't start Rodri here against Newcastle. But you start him in the league, because the league's more important than the FA Cup. The refs are like FIFA refs. You know if Haaland's going to be fit for the Forest game? Everything I've seen on Twitter and everything I've been told from like the Man City community people is yes, he was fit for the Forest game. It was a small injury. Now, I never know. Could be wrong technically, but everybody basically says he will be back for Forest, and I hope Nico O'Reilly is also back for Forest. But I'd be resting players in this Newcastle game. I know it's the FA Cup and we'd love to win it, but you may have to sacrifice the FA Cup if you want to go win the Premier League. And I think people would take that. I think people would take losing to Newcastle if it meant winning the Premier League. Probably. Early January from the start of the season, he was brilliant. Recently, he's dipped. Yeah, and it's ebb and flow. It's ebb and flow. Foden is not going to be a guy that can be held down, I don't think. And all indications are he's going to be getting a new contract, signing it maybe this summer. He'll be good to go. Doku's return will be huge. Doku's return should make an impact, I would think, because if you remembered when Doku got hurt, he was like man of the match in his last performance for the first 30 minutes. He was amazing. I don't remember what game he got hurt in, but it was the first time we tried this new 4-2-2 situation. Where is it? When did he get hurt? Here. Galatasaray, January 28th. 2 assists in 37 minutes, and he had an 8.6 man of the match. That's the game he got hurt in. It was his best game of the season. And then first time yesterday was back on the bench. So he missed basically a month. I guess he's available to play off the bench on Forest. If he's going to make the bench and not play this one, next game he should play, I think. I think Haaland will not start, maybe coming from the bench. I hope he starts. We missed him, man. We missed him. I want the quad, says Ash. Well, I mean, I would also like the quad. I don't know that the quad is likely or even possible, especially with this squad. Like, we've had better squads than this one's particularly. So, us winning the quad feels would be crazy. Like, this team is not better than the team that won the treble. This team is not better than the 100-point season. This team is not better than the domestic quad team. Like, this is one of the worst city teams. It's better than last year's, but it's still not up to it, I don't think, personally. I think it has holes in places that older teams did not. My lineup for the final: goalie Donnarumma, Husanov, Diaz, Aitnori, Nunez, Rodri, Nico G together, which we never see, unfortunately. O'Reilly, Doku, Holland, Semenyo. I don't mind. I don't mind it, man. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Finals so far away, though. It's, it could be somewhat form based. Personally, I want the EFL Cup more of the FA Cup because of my selfish reasons. Hope Doku is okay. I mean, winning the Carabao Cup against Arsenal would be huge. It could be partly, in part of how we're able to win the Premier League as well. Could be a mental thing where they're not able to cope with the fact that we beat them in a final. They know we're better than them, especially if we beat them in a final and then we beat them in the Premier League. I mean, that maybe is asking a lot, but it does feel like that is a game changer. Omar Marmoush gets ghosted for most of the game. I'm a little disappointed. Can see him moving in the summer. 100%. I also can see Marmoush leaving in the summer. I think there's like low-key upwards of 10 people who could leave this club in the summer. If you look at it, Trafford is gone. Rico Lewis is gone. Stones, Ake, that's 4. Aileen doesn't really count. Kovacic is 5. Nico G could be 6. Rodri could be 7. Reinders could be 8. Bernardo 9. Savino 10. Marmoush 11. Those are the 11 players I'd say are up for discussion to leave. They obviously won't all leave, but it totally could happen. 100% it could happen. Inter did it in 2009, where they were the dark horses when you had Madrid, Man U, Barca, Bayern Munich. It wasn't bad, but they weren't the favorites. I mean, we're not the favorites for sure, but that doesn't mean we can't do it, because we definitely can. They're going to defend all game. I like Marmoush, but he hasn't been great. Maybe go for Yildiz. Has Yildiz been great? I love Yildiz at City. Every time somebody brings up Yildiz, I do agree. Yildiz was so good to watch in person in Orlando in the summer, Club World Cup. How's he been this year? 8 goals, 4 assists, and 26 in Serie A. 20 G&A in 41. It's pretty good, but 4 of those are the Club World Cup, 4 GA there. So you take those away. He's actually at 9 goals, 7 assists, and like 37. It's all right. It's all right. He's a bit slight frame. He's 6'1". I don't know. Yildiz is good. Yildiz is good, but Juve are bad. Juve are not very good. So, I don't know. One to monitor. I wouldn't mind Yildiz. Do you think Chelsea were robbed? In what way? I don't particularly think so. What do you mean? I don't think so off the top of my head. I don't think Reinders would leave. I think he'll take some time adapting. Personally, I think he'll be a lot better next season. I do hope he'll be better next season, but my question with Reinders is more so this like defensive work rate. And look at this. 12% in the aerial duels, as well as 34% in defensive contributions, and only 20% in chance creation. Like, bro doesn't really do much. He cannot play DM. He's awful at DM. 5 goals in the Prem is not bad. 7 G&A from a midfielder and 25 is not that bad. But at the same time, it's not. It should be better. It should be better, I think. Thing is, Yildiz is also very young. He is young. I like him. I like him. Do you see the report? City were willing to break the record for the highest fullback on Tino around 60-65 by Grant Bailey. Not the most reliable. Spurs got the Savio to, but got the Spurs to Savio first. Yeah, I like Grant Bailey. I think Grant Bailey's decent. I think he's decent. But I wouldn't personally be spending world record fee on Tino Livramento, man. No chance. I think he's good. I don't think he's that good. Tino Livramento. I think he's maybe a bit overhyped. Injuries also mega problem for him. Like, he doesn't really get you assists as well. 1 assist in 13. He's not a goal scorer. 0 goals. He's got 1 Newcastle goal. 1 Newcastle goal in 99. And I know you don't really need your fullbacks to score goals, but you'd like him to get a few assists. He's played 99 games for Newcastle and has 3 assists. Like, that tells me he's not a great crosser of the ball, personally. And I would like a Nunez whip on a ball. Like, how many assists does Nunez have? Surely more than 3 in 99. So I'm not feeling this, like, Tino Livramento thing. Injury prone. Yeah. Give me Coyote or a young guy who's supposed to be the next world-class player. Somebody to compete with Nunez for sure, but would rather have Nunez than Livramento. I kind of agree. Would you take Nico Paz and Yan Diomande at City next season? I've heard very good things about Nico Paz, but I'm pretty sure he's going to Madrid because of a buyback. And Yan Diomande, the RB Leipzig player, is supposed to be like 80, 90 mil, according to reports, so I don't think I'd do that. Probably. But I have watched him, Yan Diomande, and I do like him. He also went to like high school right near me, which is kind of funny. So that's pretty cool. He's good. 9 goals, 5 assists, and 23. Like, for Leipzig, that's pretty good. He can play winger, striker, like, young. He's big as well, kind of like a big guy. How tall is he? Doesn't say how tall he is, but I know he's tall. I like him. They bought him for 29 mil. If it was like 60, maybe, but not the 80, 90. No way. Yeah, Nico Paz also very, very good, but that guy's going to Madrid on a buyback. I don't think you can do anything about that. 9 goals, 6 assists, and 26 for like an attacking mid. That's outstanding. I don't think that's happening though, guys. Even if it'd be great. I'd love Paz and Yildiz. I'd rather have Coyote. I'd rather have Coyote as well. Coyote's kind of a baller. I like Coyote. I don't know about over Nunez, maybe with Nunez paired, because you need players who can play when Nunez is unavailable. He also said he can see 2 major midfielders to go. That is Rodri and Bernardo. Said he's going to revamp the midfield this summer. I'm down, man. People get so, like, bent out of shape when a player leaves the club. Like, we're not going to keep Rodri forever. He's 29, coming off an ACL. I don't think he's been amazing this year. He's had games where he's very, very good, but he's not been like Ballon d'Or Rodri this year at all. So he's going to be 30 next year. Is he ever going to get back to Ballon d'Or level? I feel like no. If he wants to go to Madrid, he goes to Madrid, man. I'm not going to get bent out of shape if Rodri decides he wants to leave. He's won everything he can at City. I would personally keep him. But if he wants to leave, he wants to leave. Can't make a player stay here forever, And I always get excited with new signings as well. New signings are fun. People are like, oh, new toy syndrome. You just want a new toy. It's like, okay. So, I like signings. I think they're fun. I think they're cool. Getting new players in. Like, Rodri's been here for 7-8 years. We're going to have to replace him eventually. I was arguing with someone who said Timber is better than Nunez. He's got more GA than Nunez. Thing is, Nunez doesn't go for corners. Most of Timber's goes for corners. I'd probably say Timber slightly, but Nunez better offensively for sure. Similar to Doku. I don't know. I could see Foden leaving next season. Guys, I don't think Foden's leaving. I don't think Foden is ever leaving. I think he's City until he retires. Or he goes and plays for, like, Stockport County when he's 40. He's starting to improve. Rodri is getting better, yes. And I'm still leaning on keeping Rodri. But I also don't think giving Rodri, 30 years old, a 4-year deal on $400,000 or more a week is probably very smart business for City, because then that means we can't give that money to a mega signing. Like, I'd be fine giving Rodri $400,000 on a 2-year deal, but a 4-year deal like he probably wants, probably not. Probably not. Do you think we'll beat Arsenal at Etihad? Should do a video predicting the rest of City's fixtures this season. We could do that. We could do that video like that. I don't mind that. I'll do one of those like season predictor type videos. And I do think we'll win. I'm saying yes. I want him to stay personally. I also want him to stay. I do want him to stay. But I also understand the club's position of being like, we don't want to lose him on a free. You know? I don't know. It feels like he kind of doesn't want to be here, though, right? Like, otherwise he would sign. I agree. I think, yeah, it feels like he might want to leave, right? It feels like he might want to leave. I don't know that for a fact or anything, but context clues point to Rodri may have been head turned by Madrid and want to go there. Martin said he may go to Madrid. There's rumors out there for sure. Like, I wouldn't be shocked. Get the young Bayern CDM if he leaves. Pavlovic, I think his name is. Pavlovic? Is it Pavlovic? Alexander Pavlovic. Buying from Bayern is difficult, to be fair. To be fair, it's not like just go buy from Bayern, but it is hard. Speaking of Bayern, by the way, shout out Joshua Kimmich. I would have loved signing him. What an unreal goal. A match-winning goal against Dortmund. Unreal goal. I'd still take Kimmich on a cheap deal if he wants to try the Premier League. And then we have like a stopgap for a year or two to mitigate this Rodri loss. Kimmich would be great. Still. Dopamine hit. Absolutely. I would love a dopamine hit. Always believe in your soul. You've got the power to know you're inscrutable. Always believe in Semenyo. Semenyo the GOAT. We do love Semenyo on this channel. I don't think it's about money with Rodri. It's more about personal life. He did have his wife become a doctor or something in Madrid, so that's relevant as well. If Rodri was to go, I think the midfield signing would have to be mega, because I don't think Bernardo signs an extension, even though I know some people say he is. I don't think he is. Me personally, I don't think he is. And you got to go with a mega midfielder. Like, do what you can to buy Moises Caicedo. I know Chelsea will say no, but you might want to buy Caicedo. Caicedo is unbelievable. You might need to buy Pavlovic if you can. You might need to buy Adam Wharton and Elliot Anderson if you can. Like, it's tough, man. It's tough. And me, I'm not the best in terms of knowing all the available players out there, but you got to go get a big Donny midfielder if Rodri leaves. Try to go get Jude Bellingham. I know some people don't like Jude, but I'd take Jude. I'd take Jude. Any day, give me Jude Bellingham, man. That guy is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'd take Jude. I'd take Valverde. I would take Camavinga. All these guys. If Kimmich ever wanted him, I'd buy him straight away for 30 mil with a swap deal for Kovacic. Yeah, I'd do that in a second. Kovacic goes to Bayern, we get Kimmich. Massive upgrade. Hear me out. If Rodri leaves, get Anderson and Stiller. Angelo Stiller. I've heard of this guy. He's been linked with Madrid. He's at Stuttgart. Worth about 50 mil. 1 goal, 5 assists, DM, mega high in the touches, chance created, decent aerially, 6 foot. Didn't really contribute much defensively, which is kind of weird. I've heard good things, though. I've heard good things. Maybe a Pedri? Yeah, I mean, I wish. Pedri's unbelievable as well, but that one feels like it's impossible. Barcelona boy? I don't think so. I wish. I think we should go out for Reece James. Agree. 100%. I love Reece James. Try to buy Reece James. They'll say no, but make them say no at least. Do you see the Silva comments? Proper captain, my captain. Top tier captain's comments that guy had, man. That guy said, like, basically, till the day he dies, he will love this club. That's what you want to see. That is what you want to see. You don't want to see freaking, yeah, I would have traded my City title for his title with Spurs. I know I was the captain, but I would trade it. Like, you don't want to see that. Even if I didn't really care about that because of Kyle Walker, it was what it is. You don't want to see that. You love seeing, like, the Bernardo comments, man. They were so good. They fired me up, man. Give me Pedri. I would, of course, 100%. His mentality stinks. Talking about Jude. Anyone but Jude. No, man. Jude is so good. He'd be so good. I love Kova, but he's injury prone. So injury prone. Valverde, Bellingham, Caicedo, Pedri could be options if Yardley leaves. I think they'd all be difficult, really difficult to get, but they'd all be great. ZP says, first time watching you live. Love to see American fans doing their thing. Rodgers won it all at City, and now maybe he wants to go home. I kind of agree. I kind of lean this way as well. If he wants to go home, like, I can't begrudge him for wanting to go back to his home country, you know? Like, if I was playing for Man City, I'd want to play there for as long as I could. But at some point, you know, if I get old enough, I might want to come back and play in an MLS for my hometown team. Even though I don't really care. But, like, it would be different if I was from Spain, you know? MLS is probably a bad comp because it's a bad league. But it's time LB gets his wishes. Let's get Bruno G. Bruno G, man. Bruno G is a baller. I'd take Bruno G as well. He is 28, going to be 29 next year. What's he valued at? 93 mil. 9 goals, 4 assists. I wonder if a lot of those are pens. If you remember when he was at Lyon, he was at Lyon with Paqueta, and we were linked with both of them. And we didn't pull the trigger. We quite obviously should have done that, but we did not. They both in the team that knocked us out of the Champions League. They might have been. Or was this after? I don't remember what year that was. Maybe. I love Reece James, but he's too injury prone. He's not been injured for a while. He is injury prone, but he's not been as bad lately. I hated Walker after that. That was a bad comment, man. Stupid comment. Do you think Mark Gahey can play in the Stones role like he did in the treble season? Potentially. Maybe. I actually think Gavardiol would be really good at it. If Gavardiol was fit, I think he would be the one that could do it. Used to love him. He wound me up. I'd stay at City forever. They're my hometown club, born in Manchester, so I'd play for them for years to come. Fair enough. I mean, me personally, I'd probably stay at Man City forever. But, like, I get it if a guy from freaking Spain or Belgium or Germany wants to go home. We see that all the time. Imagine if we got Rice and Bellingham in the 23-24 season. Those were 2 big misses, man. Think about how different our history is if we buy Bellingham or Rice. We don't end up with Nunez. We don't end up with Kovacic, probably. And we have Declan Rice, who's arguably been the best midfielder in the league, or Jude, who's been one of the best midfielders in the world. Different team. We might still be the title holders. We might have won 5 in a row, going for 6 right now. Paqueta in his prime would have been sick. Not now, but yeah. I used to love Paqueta as well. I think Mark Gahey is a proper box defender. Yeah, he's so good, man. What's his name? Mark Gahey is unreal. Rumors are KDB will leave Napoli. Could we see KDB coming back? I'd be shocked if he came back. I don't think that's happening, but if he leaves, I hope he goes MLS. I hope he goes MLS so I can see him play. They rejected us. F them. I mean, yes, they rejected us, but that doesn't mean you have to F them. Like, I'm just saying, Ash, if we had gotten them, that would be awesome. And you can get him on the spin. Not Rice, because Rice isn't going to leave Arsenal. But you can get Jude. Jude is English. He could do a Rodri and want to come back to England at some point. And you can get Jude. I would take Jude. 1,000,000%. He is so good. New viewers, welcome to the channel. Please like the stream. Yeah, if you could, guys, if you're new, hit subscribe, like the stream. Always helps. Going for 1,100 subs on the channel. So that's the new goal since we hit the 1K mark. So thank you. Do appreciate it. Maybe get Gravenberch. Gravenberch is good, but he is definitely not leaving Liverpool to come to City. I don't think City-Liverpool, we're going to do much business. Probably ever. I know we did the Sterling deal, but that's got to be the last time we did business together. It just doesn't happen. I'm going with a very risky option, but I'd buy Mark Casado. Who is that? Mark Casado. That Barcelona guy. 22 years old. He's only played 700 minutes. He didn't really play. He didn't play much, man. DM, but he doesn't look like he played. Bellingham, nah. Keep Rodri. We're talking in the event that Rodri leaves. You know? He won't leave Liverpool. Agree. We're really interested in Anderson. I think Anderson is basically a done deal. Another very good signing that I back. I think it's a good deal. Hope it's not too expensive. I hope. What's he worth? This says he's worth 55 mil. A lot of the numbers you see online are like 60 to 80 to 100. It's a wide range for sure. But one thing I will say, he's not much of a G&A guy. 1 goal, 2 assists. He's played 78 games for Forest and has 3 goals. He played 53 for Newcastle and scored 0. So, I mean, not a big goals guy, which is kind of similar to Bernardo Silva, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I also like Wharton as well, but I think Anderson fits us better. Just a general question, where do you get more views? TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or Instagram? I would say it is tied between TikTok and YouTube. YouTube Shorts are like consistently between 1 and 2,000. TikTok depends. Sometimes they do nothing and they'll get like 500, and sometimes they'll get 20,000. So TikTok is very weird, and Instagram is like very, very small. Instagram is like 100 or 200 or 1,000. I think he could shine if he's given the option. Okay, fair enough. I'd adore Szoboszlai, or maybe really hot take, McKennie. Weston McKennie. No chance. He is good, but he ain't that good. He ain't Man City good. No way. I would take Szoboszlai, but I don't think that's happening because of the Liverpool thing. But he is very good friends with Haaland. Haaland said he's like his best friend in football, which I would not have ever understood why that was the thing. But maybe they played at RB Salzburg together, maybe. Wharton, Summer, and Anderson. I'd take them both for sure, especially if Rodri leaves. If Rodri and Bernardo go, Wharton and Anderson would be a pretty good replacement, I think. If we get Bruno and Anderson, we win the league. Maybe even Yildiz. A lot of people like Yildiz on the stream. Tyler Adams, maybe Carlos Baleba. Tyler Adams is not good enough either. But I do like Tyler Adams as an American, but he ain't good enough either. Maybe Carlos Baleba. Carlos Baleba kind of, the hype kind of died, man. He's had a bad year. He's valued at 80 mil, but he's only played 1,200 minutes. I mean, he's not been great this year, for sure. Look at this graph. 6% chance creation, 17% touches, 34% shots, 20% goals. Like, he's just had a bad year. Baleba. They're even playing him at center back some. Jeez. The Baleba thing has kind of died. I don't think that's happening anymore. Nottingham at home should be an easy 3 points. I mean, you would think, but we want to buy their whole midfield, so who knows? We want to buy their whole midfield. Every time I hear buying an attacker, I only want Yildiz. YouTube Shorts are the best. YouTube Shorts are good. TikTok is good because I can make them in there, and it's really easy to use. And then YouTube Shorts are definitely how my channel initially grew. And then I went to the Club World Cup games and vlogged those, and then I got a bunch of views on those. I got like 30,000 views on a vlog, I think, maybe 25,000 on a vlog to the Club World Cup. That like super helped my channel. I got like 200 subs in a couple of weeks. Some City fans said Garnacho will come. No, thank you. I like Garnacho. I don't. He sucks, man. I don't think he's very good at all. Did I read that one? Did it come in twice? I think it should be easy 3 points, but you never know. Gotta go. See you later. See you, man. Good to see you. Who do you think we will sign in the summer? Well, kind of depends on who leaves. I think Anderson is a done deal, basically. Basically a done deal. Let's look at the Man City squad here. Actually, you know what I can do? I can pull this up, maybe, if this works. If I can remember my Apple sign and go to my keynote that I've presented, and we can check and update it here. There we go. Bang. So this is the squad currently, and then this will be the squad for next year. I think we'll be buying a striker to replace Marmouche. We'll buy Elliot Anderson, and then we'll buy a young right back probably, and a backup goalie. But if Rodri goes, we need another midfielder. If Tijani goes, we need another midfielder. Who else is a question mark? Savinho goes, we need a winger. But I don't know who that would be. I don't know. I'd love a mega winger. But I don't know that that's going to happen in the summer. That might be a 2027 type window. But I think Anderson comes in replacing Bernardo. Kovacic leaves. Maybe you use like Naipan to replace Kovacic's minutes, potentially. You don't need to replace Stones and Ake because Husanov, Vitor Hayes, Josko, Gehi, Diaz, you have 5 center backs right there. That's enough. Rico Lewis is going to go, and you're going to need to buy a right back, probably a young one like Coyote, I think, is a better option than Livramento because of the price. And your Trafford's going to go, and then you just need to buy some English backup. Did you take Romeo Lavia? Nah, not really. He's too injury prone. He barely ever plays. But maybe if Bernardo stays and Rodri goes, maybe Anderson is a different deal, and you don't want Anderson because he's kind of similar to Bernardo. That's an option, of course. And I also don't know who this striker backup option to replace Marmouche is. I don't know. Maybe you don't need that because you have Semenyo now and you can buy a winger. But again, the winger situation I just don't think is very apt to fixing. I don't think so. Coyote, yes. Yeah, I like Coyote, man. I like Coyote. Who do you think will buy this summer? Sorry, I didn't hear you saying who'd be buy because I checked TikTok. Anderson, I think. A striker to replace Marmouche. Don't know who that is. If Rodri leaves, you need another one. And then a young right back to replace Rico Lewis. And a homegrown midfielder or backup goalie. But I don't know who that is. Someone. But it does change a bit depending on who leaves. Like if Tijani or Rodri or Nico G leaves or Savinho leaves or Doku, I think it changes slightly. But at present, that's what I'd be saying. Anderson is better than Wharton in my opinion. I also agree. I also think Anderson is better than Wharton. probably. He's more of an 8. Wharton is more of an out-and-out 6. Like, so I don't know. I think Anderson makes more sense to replace Bernardo, but if Rodri leaves, it makes more sense for Wharton to come in. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure, though. Not sure. Oh, else news. Any other news to discuss? Personally, I'd take Messi for squad depth. Funny. Do you think Nico G should start versus Forest and TG? Probably not. I'd probably go Rodri and start Nico G at the FA Cup. Maybe Tijani can start. Would get us elite sales. Yeah, Messi would. Even I'd buy a shirt. Absolutely, I'd get a Messi shirt for sure. We do have Forest on Wednesday. No stream for that one because I'll be at work, but I will be back streaming for the Saturday game. I'm also buying a new PC. New PC is going to be here at the house on Tuesday, so I will be up and running probably Wednesday for the post-Forest match for that. We're just about at an hour, which means I'm out of here, guys. That is it for the stream. I do appreciate you hanging out with me, chopping it up, talking about City beating Leeds, the title race, transfers. I love a transfer news situation. That's what I'd love to talk about. So anytime they come out, of course, I'll go live again. I heard rumors of Pavlovic. Yeah, we talked about Pavlovic a little bit. I'd like Pavlovic. I think he's very, very good. But buying from Bayern is difficult. But if you guys are new, do hit like, hit subscribe. Very appreciate all the support. See you guys later. I'll be back streaming, of course, as soon as I can, whenever some more news drops. So